So, as an athlete, throughout my life, throughout my athletic career, I've found that training and everything you put in for the off season is for one goal when it comes to the season, and that's to win games. And all you do in a season, say football, you play 16 games in a season, and every game counts, but you don't think about it that way. You lose one game, you're still in the shop for postseason. And you don't think about the 15 other wins that put you in that position to go into the playoffs. You don't think of all the work and everything that went into it. But if you were to say you're 10-3, or you're 10-5, going into your last game, you have to win this game to go into the playoffs. This is the biggest game that you have to play, and it's the most important. You're going to train harder and you're going to do everything. But say you lose this game, you're going to remember it that you lost this game for the rest of your life. So W.I.E. Gates once said, victory has 100 memories, but defeat has an amnesia. And I want to disagree with this because as an athlete, I know that when I lose, I think about it and it harps on my mind all the time. What could I have done to win that game, help my team? What would have went differently to help us win that game? So in 3 aspects of life, you really want to, that this really affects is in your athletic career, if you are an athlete, in your family, and in your work. So like I said, in the athletic career, we'll go to a different example, baseball. I believe you play 162 games a year in baseball, in a baseball season. Now, 162, that's a huge number. You're not thinking about all these games adding up. You're thinking about, all right, let's just win, let's just win, let's just win. There's no chance you are going to remember every single moment of every single game that you won. You're probably going to forget it in the past and move on. But like I said, it comes down to that one game, and you lose, you're going to remember it for the rest of your life. You're not going to remember the victories that put you in the spot to play that one big game that you lost. You're just going to remember every single moment of that game. Moving on to my second topic, in your family life, say you and your sister get put in charge of planning a surprise party for your mom and dad's 30th anniversary. And your sister and you mess up the invitations, you mess up the venue, and everything gets screwed up about the party, and the expectation that you had is completely gone. That counts as a loss. You're going to remember that you messed up this party for the rest of your life. And if you were to do it correctly, it was just an expectation. You won, you're not going to remember that, oh, I got the invitations out, I got the venue right, because it was expected of you to do the right thing and win the situation. Lastly, I have in my your workplace or business. So say you write contracts for people, and you're like a sports agent, and you get that one big agent, or that one big athlete, to sign that contract, and that's a huge victory, and you're going to remember that, hands down. But what about all the other athletes that you do that are, like I said, expected? You're expected to get it. You're expecting the victory. You're not going to remember like, oh, that was so good, or anything like that. It was an expectation. But say you don't get those signings, it's a failure. You don't get those papers to your boss by 3 o'clock, it's a failure. But if you do, that was what was expected of you. It's a victory in your head, but that's what's expected of you. So all in all I'm saying is that in your life, you're going to come along these moments where in your head it's a victory. But you're not going to remember this victory forever. But if you were to not do this, you could lose your job potentially. You could ruin your athletic career. You could ruin your family life. All in all, make the most of your victories and make the most of the moments that are going to count. Thank you for your time.
Yes, I was like, damn.
Can you just take the A already?
Oh my damn, okay. Football player and speech giver. Look at him.
Dude, both of his practice ones were really good too. Yeah. I was just like,
All right, James, I like the personal reference that you have at the beginning, and you've got a nice visualization to go along with it. The thesis statement was excellent. I didn't really hear much of a preview, but it was very well organized once you got to the body of the speech, and you told us what the supporting points were as you went along. The baseball one seemed a little bit repetitive coming as it was immediately after the attention device that you used in the introduction, but it's still a good point that you're making. I like the other illustrations that you had as well. Presentation issues, there's some pretty good energy. I think you need a little bit more variety in your volume to be more engaging, but there's good variety in pitch, and there's lots of inflection during the presentation. A lot of gestures, mostly they're indicators. Facial expression, I think maybe you could be a little bit more vivid in a couple of spots, but there was nothing that was distracting or problematic. I thought you had solid eye contact, except for the fact that your hair's hanging in front of your face a few times. What are you going to do about that? Maybe comb it, get a hat, I don't know, headband, something. Body movement, there's a little bit of rocking while you're speaking, but usually you are, in one position where you're speaking, and that's something to maybe watch for a little bit. I didn't see anything that I would think was exactly anxiety. I thought the exit line was okay. I think it could be maybe a little bit more developed, but you seemed like you were in control the whole time that you were speaking. All right, thank you. Come on in, Owen. There we go.